Who you gonna call? Craterhoof Behemoth.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm calling up some big boys with Eladamri. Eladamri is a mono green commander. He's an elf, and if you tap him and two other creatures, you can put a creature from your hand or from the top of your library into play without paying their mana cost. This ability does cost 1 mana and 2 creatures being tapped, but that's a small price to pay when it comes to cheating out big creatures like Vorinclex, Titan of Industry, Nyx Bloom Ancient, Vaultborn Tyrant, Kogla, Ghalta, and some things that maybe have some on-cast abilities, but are still worth playing as just giant creatures like Emrakul, the Promised End. Eladamri is all about big green things, but it's not like a power 4 or more commander like Goreclaw or Gwenna. It's just bringing out the big boys, specifically big boys with good enter the battlefield abilities or big boys that can give other big boys haste. This deck is also an elves deck because who makes a lot of little critters that you can tap to bring things into play? Well, elves do. So this deck is running a lot of elf synergy in the 1, 2, and 3 drop slot, and then you'll notice it kind of calms down a little bit at 4 and 5 mana, and then it gets to the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 13 mana, where we have the big boys. Eladamri is real fun, and if you can get some turn 1 ramp, Eladamri comes down on turn 2 and oftentimes can cheat out the big stuff on turn 3. This is a really fun way to just get to play all your favorite big green creatures without having to pay their mana costs. So we're going to take Eladamri into the queue, we're going to tutor for a couple big creatures, and then we're gonna throw them onto the battlefield. Let's go. Brawl, Monsoon Mage discounts your instants and sorceries and can flip over, but only if you win the coin flip. If you lose the coin flip, which happens every time you cast an instant or sorcery, you take a damage. But if you win a coin flip, then you can flip him over. He gets loyalty based on the number of spells that you have cast, and then he can either keep discounting your spells or do a little bit of damage, draw a card, or ideally you've stormed enough that you get to exile the top 8 cards of your library and can cast them for free. Well, the instants and sorceries among them, which are the only ones we really care about, right? I mean, if you're Rawl. This is Rawl on his very bad, no good, terrible day. The one where he got stabbed, had a meeting with Nicol Bolas, and then saw his boyfriend cheat on him. Or Brawl. This is Brawl getting his spark ignited. It's just him being, like, shot by lightning. I could have gone for, like, making clones here. I'm gonna see if I can get Eladamri out. Cool. Llanowar Elf. And I'm actually gonna put an upkeep stop here. So this upkeep stop is because I can activate Eladamri at any point during my turn. And I don't want to draw Ghalta if I can cheat Ghalta into play and put these guys into play first. Brawl did not like being an otter. Alright, so they're casting spells. They're flipping coins. That was a heads, no damage dealt, choosing not to transform though. The new Rawl is Rawl's utterly terrible day, yes, on Bloomburrow. He was just like, I'm just trying to find Jace Beleren. Has anybody seen Jace Beleren? And this frog is like, I have. They could have a Tail's End here. Good, they didn't. All right. Ooh, hello, Nyx Bloom Ancient. I could actually tutor for another creature right here if I wanted to try to get something else into play. I'm not going to. Koga, step on this, man. Oh, actually, so they could have had a counterspell for the Archdruid's Charm, but I just realized if I had done that and searched for Saruk and Goreclaw, all of these could have had haste. Sweet. Also, we win. Audric Lunark Marshall. He likes to share. He likes to share keywords. If some of your creatures have keywords like flying or indestructible or haste, Audric says, everybody on our side of the battlefield is going to have all of those keywords. Now, here's the full list of the abilities. Okay, you've seen it? Great, I'm not reading all of those, that's too many of them. But all you gotta know is there's a lot of them and they're good. Also, I want to cheat out a 13-13 next turn because that would make me happy. Guide of Souls can give flying. Thalia has first strike, so we already have the potential for flying. We have the first strike, so if Audric comes down in a turn or two, that all will happen. Allosaurus Shepherd. I did these in the wrong order. That's fine. I should have done the War Master first to get a token. And tap, tap. No. Yes. So Emrakul is just a 13-13 with flying and trample and protection from instants. But it doesn't get the on-cast ability. It's still a flying 13-13 with trample and protection from instants. You can also put, like, Ulamog in this deck, and Ulamog in this deck. There's a couple different Ulamogs. All quite good. This is a nice, like, almost 2-turn clock. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, ooh, a Kogla! I love Kogla. Okay, we're going to just pop that down here. Actually, wait. Reclamation Sage with nothing to kill. That's going to let me bring out the Kogla just by tapping these. I'm going to bop their little first strike lifelinker. We're going to get some attacking going on. Life will be good. GG. Grist, Voracious Larva. Grist is a little tiny bug-a-bug who turns into a planeswalker. And, well, Grist is pretty cute. I like Grist. Let's see. I have some creatures. I don't have a third land. I'm going to mulligan here. Okay, this is about the same as the other hand. I like having the Haywire Mite. It's just a good tappable. We can play it on turn 1. In turn 2, I'll play one of these Rampers. Fanatic of Ronus or Llanowar Loam Speaker. They're both pretty good. Grist also has Death Touch and transforms into a Planeswalker when a creature, including itself, gets put into play from the graveyard or cast from the graveyard. You pay a green, flips over, and then starts milling, destroying artifacts and enchantments, and then making copies of creatures in graveyard except they're itty-bitty bugaboos. This one. That was a very loud noise, construction people outside. What are you doing? I closed up the windows because there was so much strange noise coming from outside. They're building. They're building something out there. I could double block, but there's a good chance they have some reanimation set up. Oh, I did not get a land. I could play Eladamri here, or I could set up to make the Fanatic of Ronus tap for more mana. I'll just go for Eladamri here. Oh, a land. Good. Land is good. We like land here. A zombie. Stitcher Supplier! That is a good zombie. This is not a land light deck, by the way. This deck has like 40 lands. Lands are good. I think it's got 38 and then 3 MDFCs, 3 double-faced cards that I can play as lands. It's just sometimes I don't feel like showing up. If creatures die, I'm going to be bled out with this Blood Artist here. And they can very intentionally kill a creature. Munching up that Stitcher Supplier to mill 3 more cards. 1, a 2, a 3. Oh! Bloodghast is going to be landfall, allowing them to flip Grist. That's actually pretty scary. Also, now the White of the Reliquary is a 6/6 because there's so many creatures in a graveyard. I kind of love this card. So it has to be an untapped green source, though. Not an untapped green source because this brings things in tapped. I think I'll just cast the Outcast Trailblazer. Add 1 mana of any color, and then add a whole bunch more mana. Wait, no. We use that 1 mana. We do these 2. And we cheat into play Vorinclex. Vorinclex is only based on lands, but that's still fine with me. Get an elf. Okay, Reclamation Sage, not bad. And I can either make 2 little blockers or just another mana dork, or get rid of their Springleaf Drum. I think it's better to just keep going wide. Okay, so I have a big boy who is going to make their lands extra tapped. I have a little blocker, a little blocker, a little blocker. Card draw for big boys, big mana. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We very quickly unloaded stuff into play. Yes, it makes things extra tap. So this is a very mean card, but it fits the, like, big green theme very nicely. Vorinclex Voice of Hunger is the sort of card that I actually have a copy of in paper because it was on the list in call time, believe it or not, and I opened one. I wanted the new Vorinclex, and I got the old Vorinclex. So I had it, and I put it into my Gitrog monster deck, my commander deck, for, like, 1 game. Because I realized, oh wait, if I play this, nobody's going to want to play with me. Because it's Vorinclex Voice of Hunger. And it makes you enemies. So, it's actually in my deck with a Nyxbloom Ancient in the same sleeve. And I swap which one I'm playing depending on how much I hate the people I'm playing with. If I like you, it's a Nyxbloom Ancient. If I don't like you, well, you already know. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. Hey! They got rid of all my stuff! Oh, hey! I guess I could have attacked first. You'll never know. Do I like the new Gitrog monster art? Oh, the Bloomburrow one? I think it's fine. It just kind of looks like the Gitrog monster. Oh, and I'll just play whatever against people on a show. Yeah, please don't take that as a, Amy, I can't believe you would play these cards against people in whatever show. And the answer is like, yeah, but like, we get weird here. So this is a human. We can make you indestructible. Let's start with this instead. Let's get rid of Springleaf Drum because we can. Eladamri? Gonna go a tappin'. Or do I want to be swinging with this? Nah, because it would just die to bug. See what I draw. Gonna kill Mr. Bones. You have so many more lands than me because of the, what's it called? Oh, it's an exile. White of the Reliquary. They did mill a black card, so they get a death-touching insect. Oh, Innocent Blood. Birthing Ritual, they can sacrifice a creature if there's something in their top cards. Aw, they picked my poison. I mean, Kogla attacking also can destroy the Birthing Ritual. Oh, somebody else has a fun fact. Yes, if you're ever playing against me in paper and you want to be safe from my shenanigans, just sit diagonally away from me because I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't target the people that are sitting diagonally to me, and I'm not sure why. It's like there's a blind spot, maybe because I played so much 1v1. I love that this guy makes an extra mana for me. Because it's so perfect for just like, yeah, and I can use that 1 mana, tap you guys down, and then here's prime time. I only attack in front into the side of me. I guess Nykthos, we have lots of devotion. And maybe, like, Conley Garden? The Lair of the Hydra. Wander's Enclave could be nice, too, for some card draw. I'm gonna go Conley Garden. I have some card draw here. It's like the myth of the dinosaur. Yeah, if you stand still then, like, my vision doesn't see you. If you're diagonal from me, there's just a blind spot. I'm a rook. Yeah, I'm a castle. I can only go like this. Oh, Nykthos, you beautiful. So, one more activation, and this Grist might be bringing back copies of, well, probably not Bloodghast, but Blood Artist, Priest of Forgotten Gods. A couple of goodies in here. I'll trade you. I don't want them drawing a card. There's probably somewhere out there who always focuses on diagonal. Yeah, yeah. So thankfully, Primetime does have Trample. Oh, that is an Emrakul. You have a very low-cost Emrakul there. And it is now in your hand. Okay, so this is 2 mana for 2 mana because of Nykthos. I'm gonna just activate this now for Oracle of Moldiah, so I can also play lands. We can see there's a land on top, so I don't need to draw it because I can already play the lands off top. Marwyn's Kindred, though, I can't do anything with that one, so we are going to Llanowar Loam Speaker. I am going to pay the 1 to draw the card. That is a Disciple of Freyalise. Disciple of Freyalise, if I cheated into play and maybe eat the Loam Speaker, I'm gonna tap you and you. Or do I want to cast it? Okay, what's on top? So that's Selvala, so I'm going to eat... Maybe I want to eat Rexage. No, we're going to eat the Loam Speaker. Defiler of Vigor, I can straight up cast it. It's going to allow me to pay life. Okay, Mutavault, I'll take it. Get some extra counters on stuff. Great. I didn't realize I wouldn't be able to equip the booties, but I think we have enough going on here that I'll lose a creature. Oh no. But they're gonna lose everything else. GG, Grist. Skrelv, Defector, Might. Skrelv is toxic and gives things toxic and hexproof and unblockable by a color. This hand looks okay. We are a monocolor deck, so it's very easy for them to force through damage here. Rather look for turn 1 ramp. I didn't find any, but this is still turn 2 ramp. I'll take that. Skrelv, I've seen this deck before as like a white weenies deck, but I've also seen a version of this deck before that was focused on double strike, trying to actually really rely on Skrelv's toxic to win the game, because you only need 10 hits from a toxic 1 to kill somebody, because that's 10 poison. Poison kills people. Ooh, love all that. Skrelv. Hi, Skrelv. Yeah, you're just a little guy, aren't you? The littlest guy. Matter for the cause. Oh, you die, you proliferate. Oh, now we get the 1 mana ramp. Of course, now it shows up. Here's my Llanowar Loam Speaker. I don't really have anything I want to cheat out in this hand, so I might not actually play Eladamri right away, though he still lets you cast creatures off the top of your deck. I have better card advantage to just the Great Henge. Nice Mata. Okay, Marwyn's Kindred is going to reward me for doing a lot of ramp, but it has to be creature ramp. Ramp 4 creatures and buy creatures, which I could use with the Kindred. Yeah, I'm going to just go for Eladamri here. We're going to see what's on top of the deck. Okay. Wardmaster. This spits out elf tokens. And somebody just became indestructible. Skrelv has become indestructible. Once again, the martyr for the cause. Coming in and going to get 2 more poison on me. Oh no, 1 more. And then a vanquishing! Oh, I guess that's why they made Skrelv indestructible. They proliferate. So yes, now we are at 4 poison. Wild, right? You are a land. Well, you're land to me. Bring out the Elvish War Master and Incubation Druid. Boom, extra elf. Tested Flesh Cutter. Ooh. When it attacks, it gives you more mites. Should probably get that looked at by a doctor. No, probably. I could do this for X equals 1. That's okay, because, like, I will get extra elves off Warmaster, and the Marwyn will get huge. I do like that. I like getting a Marwyn into play. So I'm running both Marwyn and Marwyn's Kindred in this deck. Marwyn Kindred, this is an arena-only card, but it's a very nice, like, hey, are you playing elves? Do you want more elves? I sure do! Something I'm not running in this deck, by the way, is additional ways to untap Eladamri. Since I'm, like, tapping 3 different things, if you're able to untap him or a couple other creatures, you can cheat out multiple creatures per turn. But I feel like once you get to that point in the game, you can probably just cast all these big creatures. Alright, Skrelv's coming in. Skrelv we mentioned before, indestructible. So just jump block with an elf warrior. Goodbye, small elf. Ooh, a land. Crack that open. I can save the fetch lands. By the way, if you're wondering why they're in a monocolored deck, it is because we can change what cards on top of the deck. Make Marwyn slightly larger first. One henge, please. The greatest one you've got. Ooh, a Cityscape Leveler. That could be nice next turn. Assuming I don't get board wiped again. I'm really hoping I don't get board wiped again, because I did commit everything into this board. Oh, hey, Galta. I don't even need to cheat Galta into play. He only costs 2 mana. At least with a board wipe, I'll still have the Great Henge down. But yeah, Marwyn's Kindred is just an X-cost spell that generates Marwyns and Llanowar Elves. It's great if you're doing elf-typal stuff. Or if you just want a lot of creatures to tap. That's part of why I like War Master in this deck. Not only does it have this mana sink ability to buff up your elves, but it also makes extra tokens, and those extra tokens are great with Eladamri, since you can tap them. Hey kid, you want to buy some elves? We got elves for days here. The Skrelv attacks in here, no damage is getting through. They could move the Flesh Cutter onto this, give it hexproof and protection. It's hexproof and can't be blocked by. Now it also has Toxic 2, because it already had Toxic 1. Why is this deck named Hala Hala? It's because we're calling up all them boys. And by boys, I mean, big monsters. Like this one. Here, have a Galta. Oh. Here. Yep. It's like I saw them use a board wipe before, which is why I'm like a little shy of like a Settle the Wreckage. I could just cast this. This has an on-cast ability, so let's bop the Flesh Cutter. I can't get rid of Mithril Coat because it's indestructible. Amy Smash. Amy Smash. I'm gonna go to combat. Swing in with these creatures. Okay, because that's going to be 15 at least with the pump. Or without. This way I'm leaving a couple things back. Just in case this is Settle the Wreckage. I would settle for nothing less than the wreckage. Oh, okay. That's fine. I will activate the Elvish War Master and deal far more damage than they can withstand. GG. It was not Settle the Wreckage. Amara, Voice of the Conclave. A convoking commander that generates more convoke cards when she enters the battlefield. Also a very, very strong commander. I feel like some people don't understand how good this Amara is, especially when it comes to filling up the board fast. Like, if you want a deck that can spit out creatures quickly, Amara decks are typically, like, 30 plus 1-drops, and then a little bit of fun. Oh, hey, Ocelot Pride. Yes, you are terrifying. Haywire Might would be able to block it, but it's not an elf. It doesn't set me up better for the next turns, but I really do want to get something to block the Ocelot Pride, because this goes wide. Goes so wide. It's okay. They can just use this and maybe another creature to convoke Amara. Yep, here she comes. Amara's hitting the battlefield and generating a spell from her spellbook. These are all spells with Convoke. The ones you really want to see are like Conclave Tribunal, that Dinosaur, March of the Multitudes, and the Knight and Loxodon. Like, there are definitely better hits to get on this. I didn't get another land. I can play one of these mana-generating creatures, though. Elysian Caryatid will do. This is just like mine, where it's just running tons and tons and tons of ones. And this is the one they generate off the spellbook. You can tell because it doesn't have Ravnica symbol. It has A24 as its symbol. This is an awkward lack of land. I could technically play like Gallagreators and an Elvish Mystic since I don't actually have any creatures to cheat out here. That kitty cat's gonna start getting even wider. Oh no. Yeah, they're gonna be making, at the very least, 2 kitty cats. This is one of the most just incredibly strong 1-drops I think that has ever been printed. It's so good! What's happening? Y'all are attacking me? Okay, take it. Ow. No, don't curse my Eladamri! Please. I have 2 lands. This, by the way, this is not a land light deck. I believe this deck has 40 lands in it. I found a land. Let's see if we have lands on top of the deck, too. Not a land, that's a prime time. Alright, well, we're gonna buff up all these elves, so maybe I can do a slight amount of blocking. If I wanted to, I could have also played Lammer Elf, left up this ability, and... Ooh! March of the Many, guys. If they had done March of the Many dudes, they also would have gotten an extra token off Ocelot Pride. Actually, an extra 3 tokens if they'd done it on their turn. Yeah, that card is ridiculous. Jump block. I wonder if they have another March of the Multitudes. Oh no, because Amara hasn't died. They already got 1 thing off her spellbook. Ooh, big flying Warden of the Inner Sky. This is a good kitty. It is a good kitty. And with the goose, you can even make and eat food to, like, make more food to keep triggering the Ocelot Pride. Why is this card? Why is this? Some of this. Some of these. Some of those. Let's grab Nykthos. There we go. And I don't think it really matters what else we get. They're all coming in tapped. And it's still not a land on top, so the Oracle of Moldiah is not helping me out here. They have at minimum 4 damage here. Oh, hi, Felia. I think I'm dead. If they swing with everything, I can block with the Haywire Might here to gain 3 life from this dying and first strike damage. Oh, Virtue of Loyalty. Everybody's going to get embiggened and untappened. I think they're going to be kind of conservative about this, though. Yeah, I would survive the attack. I go to 5. Untapping Happies. I only have 2 forests. I am going to pay 1 and draw a card. Forest? Yes, okay, forest, good. Counter. Forest. Another forest? Not another forest. We're gonna go ahead and tap, use... Yeah, I'll just do the Henge and the Nykthos now. I don't need more mana than this. Fine. Full cost Nissa. So I'm gonna see if I can get 1 more forest into play here. This will draw the card on its own. There's another forest. This will also buff my elves. Don't. And it's only +4. +4 in trample. But hey. That ain't the worst. It doesn't really matter. We'll just grab 2 forests. Something simple. Come on. 2 forests. Hey, this is my last resort. So I have a bunch of life gain because these are all 2/2s. They could have also dealt more damage last turn by tapping everything that wasn't flying. Yeah, they could have. They didn't have enough to kill everything, but like since everything was untapping anyway with Virtue of Loyalty, they definitely could have. So I have done what I could. Let's see what happens. Prioritize the soldiers. I don't know if they're all dying. Yeah, Ocelot Pride. Felia. I think they both die, though. Yeah, it's 8 damage on there. So here's the bad news. I didn't kill them. I'm gonna take out my Arc Druid. Okay. They have 7... Yeah, they only had 8 tapping all of those. They forced an awkward block here, but like that's actually okay. I'm not dead. Do you just make 1 additional? Okay, so you don't change Nykthos that much. Not dead yet. Hey, Nissa. See what you get. And just shifting woodlands can become something in my graveyard if I get enough stuff in my graveyard. But right now I don't have that. Destroying this or this. I'm gonna destroy the virtue, stop your untappery. Cease said untappery. And I will simply draw the creatures. I will draw a creature right off the top. Right off the top. Okay, so there's a creature. We're gonna draw it. I could also just play it off the top. I can blast their big guy. There's no longer 9 damage coming in the air. And I don't attack. And I'm not dead. Did I use Eladamri's ability? No, because I just got enough mana off our good friend Nykthos to play the spells. Good game. Tesa of the Ghost Council. This is a card that is so hard to deal with because of how fast she is and how evasive she is. She is going to be coming into play and then vanishing. Every time she enters the battlefield, she gets more intensity, and she also is going to be making a spirit token, and the higher her intensity is, the stronger her spirits are. Tesa the Ghost Council is one of those, if you don't have instant speed removal, and even if you do, she's really, really hard to deal with. Also, because Orzhov Colors, very good at killing stuff. I will go ahead and name Elf on this Cavern of Souls, and I'm going to throw down Eladamri. Next turn, if you and you and you are all alive, I can cheat in some really good critters. I can only do it at sorcery speed. Well, okay, it's actually not sorcery speed. I can only do it on my turn, but it's very reliant on me having 3 different pieces. Okay, fine. Eladamri did not make it. He got swordsed. And so now I will have 4 big boys in my hand. Ooh, the plunder. I'm going to drop Endrays since we know we're getting the hoof. And I will let you steal a card from my deck. Sky Shroud Lookout could get me a Llanowar Elf. We have a lot of 1-mana elves in this deck. Let's see what we get. It's a 3-mana elf, Fierce Empath, which we use to get these big boys. Black Market Connections. That also makes spirits. I want to show you guys a really cool trick. So Fierce Empath, in this new modern world, post-Modern Horizons 3, can get a land. The Disciple of Freyalise. That's cool, right? I thought it was cool. It's cool tech. Being able to search for a big creature, but the creature's actually a land. I paid 3 life to bring it in so I could also play the Llanowar Elf. I'm a sneaky little devil. Yeah, I am. Uh-oh, Tesa has wiggled. And the spirits are growing. I can play Eladamri and try to win off Hoof next turn. It's like, do I think there's going to be removal? Ugh, yes. But do I think I have a better choice? No, it's like playing the Defiler there gets me a better block on the ground. But I don't think that's going to be as good as just trying to win off Puff. Chat's trying to goad our opponent through the screen to pay the 6. What do you mean you paid the 1? What do you mean you paid the 1? And the Oathbreakers. Oh, that's good for spirits. When their spirits become the target of a spell, they phase out. When they phase back in, including... well, no, you don't phase. You exile. But including, like, anybody phasing back in, they get more spirits. I'm not blocking. We're passing to my turn. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm going to tap down. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't become a creature right now. I'll tap down you two. No. Yes. Hoof. Playing the Defiler would require me to tap the Llanowar Elves, and it also can't attack this turn. It's not getting haste. Well, that's a problem. Especially because the King of the Oathbreakers is gonna see everybody phase back in. So hey, King of the Oathbreakers, Tesa. Yeah, we are very dead here. But you know what? At least I think we're dead. Could be worse. Let's see, they've got 10, 14... Is it only 19 damage? Oh, sorry, it's 23 damage, I think. Oh, hey, Kumbal. The opponent is wiggling. Ow. It's above lethal. GG. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. You probably already know what Nadu does. You know what Nadu does? Nadu takes a lot of game actions, because whenever you trigger Nadu, you get to either put a card into hand or land into play, depending on what's on top of your deck. And Nadu's very, very easy to trigger because all you need is for a creature to be targeted by a spell or ability. And it can happen twice per turn per creature you control. So they got turn 1 ramp. I also have turn 1 ramp, but they went first, so they are ahead of the game. I'm still going to do my best, though. We have a turn 2 Eladamri. Hopefully it actually resolves. And no, I'm good, Nadu. Next turn, we can Dwinnen's Elite. That'll get me 2 easy tappables, and we can cheat into play. I'm actually going to start with Surik and Goreclaw, because Surik and Goreclaw will give haste to the next things I play. And I should be able to cheat this into play and cast Galta for straight up just 30 damage next turn. Wouldn't that be nice? That's 2 turns out. A hope. A dream. A worm. I could also just go for the World Spine Worm here, but I would rather start with the Surik and Goreclaw. Like, do all the killing at once. Oh, they're taking game actions. Listen, I like game actions too. I am guilty of taking game actions. When I play Commander, I love to take game actions. If I pass the turn and I'm not doing anything, I'm having a bad time. Cool elf. Rot Priest for an alternate win con through Poisson. And I have an Archdruid's Charm on top. That does let me tutor. That's not really my goal here, though. We're going to start with the Dwinnen's Elite. It resolves. We love that. I'm going to go a Tappity-Tappa. Cityscape Leveler. Yeah, you're adorable. We love you. No. Surik and Goreclaw. Other creatures I control have Trample. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, +1/+1 counter, and haste until end of turn! Everybody's a land. You have landfall. Oh, God. Oh, hey, Oyerchasm. It's like, yeah, you're an 11/11. That's fine. Oh, God, more landfall. We good? Hold up, we good? This is 1 mana for 1 mana, because it can tap right away. Thank you, Surik and Goreclaw. Worm. Dang, that's beautiful. More! Okay, so they have 16 toughness, 22 life, Oh, well, they left. They were scared of my worm. A good worm. GG. Sauron, the Dark Lord. This is usually a Grixis control deck, amassing orcs, an army of them, and then hitting you to be tempted by the ring. They amass orcs whenever I, their opponent, cast spells, which is really annoying because you kind of have to cast spells to play the game until we get our good friend Eladamri out here, and then we just put creatures into play, because that's what we do. We don't want to cast spells. Unfortunately, them being in Grixis colors means that they can counter spells, they can kill spells, they can kill my creatures, they can burn me, they can do all of these things. They can even go for the throat of the elf, which is almost like bolting the bird, but legally distinct. I'm gonna bring down this Paradise Druid. I'm gonna go for the Eladamri here over Nissa. Saruman's trickery. Oh, okay, yep. That's orcs, alright. Gotta Doomblade the dork. By whatever means necessary, these elves will die. Oh, a dank ritual. Uh-oh, is it Sauron time? It is. So if I block this, they will not get the thing, but I also won't be able to, like, do stuff next turn. Alright, I'm gonna let this hit. They have 3 cards in hand, they can discard them and draw a fresh 4. Nazguls, okay. At least this person looks like they're actually built around Sauron, which I do very, very much enjoy. Let's see. If I play you first, I don't have anything to hit with that. Ogre Chasm would be a decent blocker. Can't hit that ring-tempted orc, but that's fine. Or I could go for Eladamri here. And this is what I'd be cheating in anyway. And because of this, I'm 1 mana away from Titan of Industry anyway. So here, Ogre Chasm. Ogre Chasm in play. If it hits them, based on the amount of damage that I deal, I get to put a creature in a land into play. It's like, it reveals off the top. If I happen to hit a creature in a land, awesome. Elves for the elf god. Hey. Oh. I'll discard Reclamation Sage. Mana go down. I imagine they may actually block, though. But I think it's more likely that they're going to play a land and then some form of removal on this. Let's see. Because they had to Dark Ritual this into play. Okay, sweet. That's actually great. We're going to go with the Bonder's Enclave. And now Galsa would let me put all the creatures in my hand into play. This would just be one huge dude. I think we go for Galta. So here's a couple spells. I like getting a Rhino and a Shield. I'm gonna shield up probably one of my mana dorks, because like this can actually block the orc army. And now I have 5 mana. I'm not gonna play the Nissa. I am gonna play Eladamri. Five creatures enter, but 0 spells cast. Yep. I still have like a board wipe next turn now. If this gets board wiped, I won't be able to flip it over right away, because I do not have 10 or more permanents. Oh, an envelope! The ring has tempted them. They are now 4th tempted by the ring! And now if I block also, since it was 3 tempted, I would have to sacrifice a blocking creature at the end of the turn. But we have a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. I also have enough mana to cast Nissa for her full cost, use the -7, and, like, that's just +2/+2 in trample. That's still a lot. Wow, okay, so they didn't have enough mana for an overloaded Cyclonic Rift. So they just put the Galta back into hand. It's fine with me. I'm not blocking this if it attacks me. I just want to make sure I have enough for this. Okay, hi, Nuzgul. Yeah, the trample is what matters. I mean, like, you're already huge in trampling. You're already huge in trampling. But what if Nissa and this Rhino and Eladamri were also huge in trampling? Just 1 black mana left. And it costs some life. Okay. Yeah, listen, your Nuzgul is gonna get huge. Also, I like that this person's actually built around Tempted by the Ring and not just kill spells. You can kind of, like, see they do have a mix of, like, the more general Grixis control cards, but they're also running Nuzgul in here. And also they're Naz dead. They don't even know about the Nissa yet. They're super dead. GG. Mythweaver Pock. Mythweaver Pock is all about ramp, kind of like us, but instead of cheating things into play, they just double up their lands and cast big stuff. Now us, we just tap our features. Not to make mana, just to, you know, put the stuff into play. It's way cooler. So they have turn 1 ramp, we have turn 1 ramp, but they went first, which is a little tricky for us. It's okay. Next turn I can play Eladamri. I don't have 2 creatures I can follow up with. I prefer to have, like, creature-based ramp on turn 1. Still think we can do this. Grist Uprising, that's going to get them trample and card draw. Big pig. Unfortunately, playing Selvala might get them card draw before me. That's okay. Still gets me lots of mana. Ooh, using the fetch land first. If they just play Pock here, I'm going to kill him. So this is actually totally fine with me. Because I have this land that's also a fight spell. So I am going to fight Pock. So against certain colors, you're usually kind of safe to play Pock without immediately getting value out of him. But against green, it's like, oh, do I think they can fight my creature to death? And the answer is usually no. In this case, though, the answer was yes. Yes, I can fight your creature to death. And I did it! Everyone should be really proud of me. Killing Pock. So we can't come out again this turn. That's right! That's right, you got enough mana? Yeah, you were gonna make two Fabled Passages and then trigger one of them on my turn. I know you were. I know how Pock works, because I see him a lot. Actually, I think most Pock players moved on to playing Nadu, but, like, such is life, right? Oh, hey, Nissa. Gonna untap a land. Yeah, they'll be able to... No, they're not. Aw, that land would have given me a guy to tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, I guess we'll go for just, I could technically have 6 mana. Oh, wait! Oh, yeah, if I had used Castle Garenbrig, I would have been able to cheat out the Enraged Forerunners to kill Nissa. That's okay, we'll do it next turn. Yeah, I realized that since I can use this for creature abilities, I would have been able to use it there. Prime time. That gets them 2 lands, both on entering the battlefield and on attack. It's also going to draw them 2 cards, one from Selvala, one from Grist Uprising. They have so many decisions to make. Come on, grab a Nykthos, grab a Lair of the Hydra. You're grabbing a fetch land so you can trigger Pock next turn. Nope, Nykthos and Arid Archway to put another land into hand to trigger Pock next turn. They still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana potentially available if they untap a forest. Or Arid Archway, I guess. I'm just like looking at my cat over the screen while I wait for them to make up their mind. Hey, little kitty cat, yes, you're so cute. Yes, you're so cute. Want to eat those birds? I wish you would eat Nadu. But he's too big. He's people-sized. They're cultivating. Just get an extra force for next turn. More force, more fun. I will start with this Colney Garden. And I'm going to tap 1, 2. Bring out Enray's Forerunners. Will draw me a card, yes. And also make it so Selvala will tap for lots more mana. Ooh, Priest of Titania. I'm gonna start, though, with Galta, because that will draw me another card. And get me more mana off Selvala. Enough mana that I could maybe just turn Tinder Symbiosis. Okay, Vorinclex and Nyx Womane. So this is a ton of mana, but I don't really have anything to do with it. So I'm actually thinking Vorinclex or Leaf Crown to get more card draw. I'm gonna go Leaf Crown here because I have an elf in hand. Okay, cool. We got Fierce Empath. I'm just going to play that since we have 3 exact mana left. And I think most of you know who we're gonna get here. Yes, it's my good friend, Craterhoof Behemoth. Swinging at Nissa here. This does keep Nissa alive. So let's see how much damage they can do on this turn, because the answer is probably a lot. They have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They have a lot of mana. Oh, can you not? Emrakul! This Emrakul is not in this deck, because sometimes we're not casting things. Emrakul, those are my cards! I put everything into making them. They're probably just over here like, yeah, this is for me. Dead, just like that. Oh wait, you also have a hoof. Mm-hmm. No, you don't need to cast additional spells. You can press spacebar. You can just press spacebar. You can just press spacebar. Please, Pock, attack me! You have lethal! First you steal everything I have, and then you don't even give me the dignity of death? Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Can't believe you stole my cool guys. Those are my cool guys. Tatiova, Benthic Druid. This causes landfall to gain you a life and draw you a card. This doesn't have anything on turn 1, but I'll take some turn 2 ramp, some weird elf stuff. Yeah, this is all nice. By the way, Aftermath Analyst, I'm not a huge fan of it in this deck, but it is fun. It's a fun card. Sometimes it mills the Fanatic of Ronus. And then the Fanatic of Ronus turns into a 4/4 and gets me way too much mana. This card is silly. It's so silly. This card is ridiculous. Why is this card? Hi, Tatiova. Yes, you have a very uncounterable druid. I guess there's a bunch of, like, Llanowar elves and stuff are also, druids. I have 4 mana here. I don't have anything I want to cheat into play, so I don't actually feel like rushing out Eladamri. I think Paradise Druid, Llanowar Loam Speaker. With Llanowar Loam Speaker, I can also actually tap it to animate a land, turn it into a 4/4, and then Fanatic of Ronus is going to be able to use the Ferocious ability. In paper, I don't believe that this is a 4/4. I think that it's normally a 3/3. But you know how Arena is, always just making up abilities on cards. Let's see what's on top of the deck. Oh, just kidding. Put it back. Alright, let's see what's on top of the deck. Making me do it twice! I wanted to play other cards! But no, I'm not allowed to play other cards. They'll make me tap the sign again. Eladamri only costs 3 mana. Oh, Okay, bye, Tatiova. I don't think that they like that I had enough mana to cast him again. I don't actually have any big boys in hand. I just have mana. I guess mana good, though. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing Eladamri cheating big stuff into play. This is a pretty fun deck to play. It's not my favorite of the mono-green big stuff decks, though. I feel like all your Chasm, where you're ramping into the commander, is really fun. I like Goreclaw a lot. That's one of my personal favorites. And Radagast, too, to get you card advantage from the command zone, is really, really nice. There are so many choices for these big green spells, and sometimes Eladamri is going to be the one you want. I feel like where Eladamri really shines is in giving you card advantage off the top and also getting around counter spells. Eladamri being able to put something into play, especially at odd timing during a turn, can be really good. This didn't happen in the video, but it did happen outside of the video where I was able to get a counter spell just baited by casting a creature and then get everything else into play because I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure they had Tail's End. They had a Tail's End. And then I was able to just cheat out that Craterhoof Behemoth. It was great. We love Craterhoof Behemoth in this deck. It's so good. Other creatures that have like on attack triggers or can give haste are also really nice with Eladamri. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, please let me know in the comments below. Bloomburrow is about to come out, so not only should you suggest cards that are in Modern Horizons 3 and Thunder Junction and all the other recent sets, but if you have an idea for a deck that's coming out in Bloomburrow that we're getting in Arena, let me know. I'll take a look. I'll write them down with the rest of the commanders, and then once I can brew with those cards, oh, I've got some serious squirrels to brew. And frogs. And, like bunnies and stuff. There's really, really cute animals in Bloomburrow. Also, it is worth noting, this is the first video I have recorded using a brand new computer. My esports team that I'm on, that's Complexity, actually has helped me upgrade my computer. My last one was having a lot of trouble with its video card. It was just overheating, you know. Sign of old age. Sometimes we just get real sweaty as we get old. And hopefully everything is normal in this video. But if you noticed anything weird, like graphically or audio-wise, please let me know. I do have to adjust all of the settings manually, so I may have missed something while I was setting up the new PC. Thank you again so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.